What the hell just happened? What's going on, everybody? Stevey Luke here. And yes, if you read the title, you know what this video is about. Today I'm giving you my spoiler-free thoughts about Avengers Endgame. My spoiler live stream will be up tomorrow. You can go check that out. But for today, I just want to give you just a general overview of my thoughts of Endgame without actually talking about what happened in the movie. And the simplest way to do that is to show you. This was me before Endgame, and this was me after Endgame. Oh, how do I start? This movie was perfect. There is nothing else that I would have done better. There is nothing else that I would have changed. It's like this movie was meant to be made this way, which it kind of was. It was the perfect conclusion to the past 10 years of Marvel movies. Everything from Iron Man, which came out in 2008, all the way up to Endgame. It was all wrapped up completely. And it was perfect. It was also the perfect follow-up to Infinity War. It literally felt as if I had just seen Infinity War yesterday. It was like a year hadn't passed. The fan service was awesome. The acting was phenomenal. The battle sequences were awesome. Just everything about this movie was made to make you feel everything on the emotional spectrum. Oh, this movie, it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me cheer, it made me want to get up and fight everybody, it made me want to just crawl into my bed and never get out again. It makes you feel so many different things. And that's one of the biggest things about this movie that I think sets it apart from all the other Marvel movies, is just the way it makes you remember. The way this movie makes you remember way back all the way to Iron Man, and then all the way through up to the first Avengers movie, and then through that all the way up to Infinity War, and then to here. It makes you remember it all. It makes you remember the journey that you've been on with these characters for the past 10 years. All the funny moments, all the sad moments, all the deaths, all the sacrifices, all the battles for the world. It makes you remember everything. And it's clear why it does that. It does that because this movie wasn't made for money. This movie wasn't made for the story. It wasn't even made the way it was because this is the biggest movie franchise in history. This movie was made for us. This movie was made for the fans. And it absolutely delivered. It exceeded my expectations, and my expectations were really, really high. It wasn't made to break any records. It wasn't made to hold the biggest box office opening in history. It wasn't made to join the $1 billion club or even the $2 billion club. It was made as a story for the fans that have been ride or die with Marvel for the past 10 years. Through all the ups and all the downs, we have stuck with them because we believed in what they were doing, and they rewarded us tenfold. This movie was absolutely made for us. Like, for the first time I was sitting down and I was watching this movie, I was like, wow, this is everything that I wanted. And then some. Not even Infinity War made me feel that. So now that I got that out of the way, and I've pretty much talked about all that I can without talking about spoilers, I'm gonna give this movie my score out of 5 stars. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, people. I need to give this movie 5 out of 5. I have no gripes. I have nothing that I would change. I have no little annoyances. There's no little things that I picked out that I would have done differently. And you guys know how I am. I nitpick on the movies that I like. And because there was nothing in this movie that I would have changed, I give this movie a 5 out of 5 stars. And this is the first movie that I've done that for. At least out of Marvel movies. This is the first Marvel movie I've done that for, I should say. Well, now that Endgame is over, and the decade-long story of Thanos and the Infinity Stones versus the Avengers has been concluded, what's next? Where does Marvel go from here? What happens after this movie? Obviously, we know that Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be coming out later on this year, and maybe that will give us some hints, but that's the biggest question I have right now, is what is next? Who's the next big villain? What's the next big story? Are they going to go into Secret Wars? Are we going to do Kang the Conqueror? Hope not. Are we going to do Galactus? Hope so. Maybe they'll introduce even more new characters that we haven't seen on screen yet. I don't know what's coming next. Maybe we could talk about it more tomorrow during my live spoiler discussion about Endgame with you guys. So make sure you guys stop on by tomorrow, Tuesday, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA time. And we will talk everything that happened in Endgame. If you haven't seen Endgame yet, please make sure not to show up to that live stream because there will be spoilers. Alright everybody, that concludes my spoiler review for Avengers Endgame. If you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more movie reviews just like this one, as well as some reaction videos. Which, speaking of which, I have reactions coming to how Captain Marvel should have ended, another Slifer 2812 fan edit called To The End, and a couple other videos as well coming later on this week. So if you don't want to miss those, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to check out some of my content, the links will be right on over here to the side. Alrighty then guys, once again, my name is Stevey Luke, and I'll catch you later.